Welcome back to another episode of The People Around Me. Today, we got a big guest, literally and figuratively. Folorunso Fatukasi, aka Foley. How's it going?
Man, Phil, man, it's going great, man. Thank you for having me, dog. Man,
Nice,
this
nice,
is this
nice.
is this is an honor.
No, trust me, the honor's mine.
No, the honor's mine.
I mean, eh.
Mm.
Number 94 in the New York Jets. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh about
Yeah.
it. But I don't think you understand when dinner time's happening and football's on the TV in the evening and the Jets are playing. It's like, yo, Foley playing? It's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
It's exciting.
It is, man. I appreciate that. Man. I appreciate
No.
the love and support, man.
It's fun. How have you been, genuinely?
Oh man, I've been been pretty good. Happy,
Happy?
at peace. Doing what I love to do. Really blessed.
Definitely.
Dude, there's a lot of words that I can use, man. I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
Me and you, we've been friends since high school.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Back in the day.
I was blessed to have the circle that I had growing up. When you talk about ambition, I have a clip that I'm going to show you when we turn the cameras off. It's with you discussing with, I think it was freshmen at the time, about ambition.
My name is Folorunso Fatukasi. Most of you know me as Foley. Basically, today what I'm going to bring to you is ambition. A lot of you heard that word. Ambition is the want, the need, the drive. You see a goal, you see a crack of light, and you have to get there. You have to. There's nothing that's going to stand in your way from getting to that crack of light. Because once you get to that crack of light and you see past it, your goals and your opportunities will be there. The reason why I say this is because 4 years ago, I was a freshman in this school. I was a clown. I played around a lot. I didn't know when to be serious. I didn't know when to focus, when to sit down, when to make sure that to do my work and when not to do my work. Because as all of you may know, I'm going to the University of Connecticut and I'm playing Division I football.
High school, man. Beast Channel High School.
Beast
Or
Channel,
Beast
Far
Channel Educational Campus.
Yep.
Man, it's just, for me, it was really about, and not even just me, the group of guys, the group of people that we around, you know what I mean? Especially in school.
Definitely.
It's really just about just being committed and consistent within your commitment. You understand what I'm saying? So whether it be, working out, whether it be just trying to find ways to get better,
Yeah,
going hard in practice, doing what you needed to do in school,
definitely.
because especially in Channelview, you know what I mean? No shade to Beach Channel, love Beach Channel, you know what I mean? But like it was important that your grades must be at a certain level.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And obviously, if you didn't, you couldn't play.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You'd be withheld from sports. And just having the guys, just being around certain guys, honestly, too many names that I can name at this moment, and just us having an understanding that, look, like, if we're trying to take this somewhere, we have to give all we can
Exactly.
and make a lot of sacrifices.
It's not a half, you can't half bake it.
You can't at all.
Yeah.
You can't. I was trying to be lopsided. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest thing is just being committed, and Inky Johnson, he says this a lot, man. It's about commitment is still being highly involved long after the feeling of motivation is gone. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that when I first heard that, a few years back, it resonated with me because I remember days where we were just like, yo, let's go to the field. And sometimes you didn't want to go to the field, but you went.
Yeah,
And we didn't have all the answers
definitely.
to training, but we knew, all right, we have to run and we got to work our craft. How do we best do that in this time that we have? And we had all day because, we're in high school.
If you could discuss for a second what elements of the field in football can you compare with life? Like, what are some examples of, I would imagine some dudes are harder to tackle than others. Some catches are harder than others. So as far as struggles and what God has done in your life, how can you make some comparisons between football and life?
Well, you actually hit the nail on the head. be the first to say that I didn't have a hard story coming up. Um, Lived with both parents, son of immigrants, from Nigeria. Um, was raised in the church, right? Um, so I didn't have, fortunately, I didn't have like the hard, realities of life, what I'm saying, at that age,
Yep.
But there were a lot of traits that were developed through playing sports in general, you know what I mean? Football specifically, because, but, and I'll put it under just one umbrella. That's just like, how do you overcome adversity? You know what I'm saying? And that's something that no matter, how things develop, no matter how better, things get, how much better things get,
Yeah.
adversity will always be present in every situation.
Definitely.
We see it biblically. We see it in our everyday lives,
Yep.
And the biggest thing that football taught me, or sports in general, was just that when you get knocked down, right, or when a play or a certain situation doesn't go your way, how do you come back from that?
Yeah.
How do you make it better?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? How do you refocus your energy so that way the next play or the next situation is a little bit better than the last?
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So, and that helps me in life, because something as simple as like, hey, you woke up and your day started bad. You lost your car keys, and then, you can't find the jeans that you had set out, or, your dog ate your homework.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like all those small things that can make you tally on just negative thoughts throughout the day. And it's in that moment, it's just like, all right, this hasn't gone well at this moment. How do I abruptly stop here and change it?
Yeah.
So that way the rest of your day, you know what I'm saying, or the week, or whatever you have designed for you, goes a lot smoother than what previously just happened.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I would say sports has taught me. And it's allowed me to live very balanced and very level-headed, you know what I'm saying? Coupled with the fact that, having faith helps
Definitely.
a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So that's what I would say. Sports, football
Football, yeah.
has taught me, and that's something that I use on a day-to-day basis.
And so you think, God willing, you got a little few small Foleys and Foleyescas?
Foleyescas?
I don't know, Foleyescas. Would you encourage them to be in sports? Like just for those elements alone, like what you just listed?
Yes, I would.
Definitely.
Because, like I said, just the points that I just made, there's certain attributes
The resilience aspect to it.
that you gain from playing it, you know what I mean? And being around other people at the same time doing it. So it's like, let's say you're doing well, the person beside you isn't, it's your job to pick that person up. You know what I'm saying? In their adversity.
Definitely.
Vice versa, you know what I'm saying? And if you're both in the slump, you both have to pick each other up. You know what I'm saying? And it requires everyone to follow this path together. You know what I'm saying?
Accountable for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like don't never leave someone behind.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Definitely.
So, and I just feel like sports in general does that. And I want my kids to understand that not every situation is going to be easy, right? Someone's always going to need help. You're always going to need someone, you know what I'm saying? Someone that you trust to the very least.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying? Because none of us are supposed to be in this world, by ourselves.
Nope. No man is an island, right?
No man stands alone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
it.
I think that's important, you know what I mean? And obviously you yourself as an individual, if you get knocked back or, get crossed up or, you know what I'm saying, get the tennis ball smacked in your face or something like that, the biggest thing is, like I said, how do you take that moment and change it?
Yep.
You know what I mean? How do you learn from that? You know what I mean? How do you grow from that? And I want my kids to have those traits, to be able to understand that.
Definitely. I feel so. Number 94, the New York Jets.
Yeah.
You had an interesting persona to you in high school. Scholarship to UConn, then drafted after. But when I remember in high school, I was like, I wasn't even really surprised. Like you have a level of confidence that allows, I think, even the faintest of hearts or someone who doesn't believe in themselves to be able to be like, nah, look, hard work pays off. Like a living testament of hard work paying off. I'd love to get into the aspect of what type of household creates a Foley?
Shoot, man.
Folorunso Fatukasi. What builds that type of confidence and that type of that ability to not just dream, but to literally be the producer and the director of your narrative?
Man, we could talk about this all day,
Yeah.
literally. First and foremost,
Yep.
not to sound cliche, and I believe this, and anyone who knows me knows this is a real statement for me, but my parents, my
Mhm.
mom and dad, just both of them being from Nigeria and
Mhm.
coming to this country and having to work hard, you know what I mean? Not necessarily to make ends meet, but working hard so that way we can be all right as kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
The way my parents instilled faith in my life kept me strong.
Mhm.
Some people, how they learn is very different. How they're brought up in the faith is very different.
Yeah, yeah.
And how my parents instilled that faith in me about God, Christ, it kept me strong. It kept me able. So between the both of them, and how we were brought up at home, being held accountable, that's one. And anyone who's from typically from a foreign household,
Yeah, yeah.
being held accountable hurts.
And you're an older brother.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm the older
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
So being the first boy as well, I had a lot of responsibility, and I don't know. I don't know how God and my parents allowed it to just mend together,
Mhm.
And it worked out, and having two younger brothers who were watching me.
We're following in your footsteps very well.
Dude, I wouldn't even say they're following in my footsteps. I would just say they were inspired
Yeah.
and they understood, they saw my lapses. They
Mhm.
saw my strengths. They saw how I made things work. They saw where I can make things better.
Yeah, yeah.
They capitalized on it.
There you
They
go.
understood. They understand it better than I did at that time.
Mm.
So and them making a path for themselves.
Yeah.
Hey, what can I say but thank God? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I give all the credit really to my parents and obviously to God,
To
but
the Most High, yeah.
it's because of him I'm in this situation with my parents and how my parents just did it with us. It was, dude, I don't even.
But and the immigrant story, I think, comes from that level of confidence. As in, I look at my parents, immigrants from Guyana, came over, uh, got their degrees, became homeowners, did their thing, so that we don't have an excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that example really begins, and we're blessed to have had that at home. And as many people as we come across, we could share that energy. Like
Right.
I don't think not everybody has a great household or two parents and I'm not saying that two parents creates a perfect household.
But everyone's dynamic is a little
Everyone's
different.
dynamics a little bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, look at I'd hate to plug in Obama, but Obama didn't have the best household.
Yeah.
And so even within the mishaps of or the unfortunate events of somebody's life, that in of itself is a story that can encourage somebody else to
to do well.
pat yourself on the back. But
Right.
we got to go. We got to
Right.
go put in this work.
Right.
That's what's up. What's the hardest hit you ever got?
The hardest.
Hardest tackle that you ever got? What had the biggest in your life?
The biggest. Man, that's shoot. I'm not gonna lie. There's been a few.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of which that catches you off guard
Yeah.
when Z passed.
Definitely.
Definitely. Dude, I wasn't even able to make it to his funeral because me and my family, we went on vacation and we got the news over the phone.
And
away.
Just for people to, and you knew Justin a lot longer than I did, but Justin Zemser.
Dude, it honestly, outstanding person, great friend, brother. And anyone who hears his name can say the exact same words and even more.
Yeah.
But getting that text, yo, did you hear what happened to Z? And instantly my stomach just dropped, my heart just dropped, and I was like, yo. And for the rest of that trip, I was shooken up by that, and I wasn't able to make it to his funeral or his wake, and I was just like, oh man, that was definitely one, especially because that's the first time we experienced death with someone that was close
I've
with
never
us.
had it that close home. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so I would probably say that would be number one. Never experienced it with someone that close.
Mhm.
And so many people were just heartbroken by it. And seeing his mom at the time,
Yeah.
that was probably like the biggest gut puncher,
Mhm.
hearing that Z passed away.
We're
know,
definitely blessed to have been able to cross paths with such a
Yeah.
person and inspirational, and once again, someone who didn't give excuses.
He didn't. He didn't.
Didn't give
He sacrificed a lot for his friends. I remember he helped me
Mhm.
study for my SATs because I was struggling. I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling, man. But he took the time out and he's like, whether it be at the Spanish restaurant, with the dollar empanadas
Oh,
and
come on, dollar rice bowls.
dollar rice
Yeah,
bowls,
yeah.
man. And he would help me out there. He would help me out after school. And a lot of people don't know this, but he's a big reason for why my SAT scores jumped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was able to gather in more scholarships. And so we all could talk about Z
Yeah,
all day.
we could talk about him
you
all
know?
day, but there's a branch of that I remember because of Jewish descent, right?
Mhm.
And I remember like Channel View. There's not a lot of people who look like Z.
Mhm.
That was in our circles.
Yeah.
And so I remember and this is the beauty behind having a diverse set of people around you mentally and culture wise. Because I remember he put me on to how we Hebrews read reverse and this, that, and the third.
Right.
And it's like you look at the exchanges that can happen culturally when there's no bias. We're just all in it as friends
as
and
friends.
willing to learn and hear about other people's stories. Far Rockaway is a big, small city.
Mhm.
It's one of the most beautiful hoods anybody can ever be in.
I agree.
And it's like you go from the beach to the projects in less than 30 seconds.
Yo, like snap a finger.
Yeah. And there's guys that I remember growing up, I would play ball with every single Friday.
Mhm.
Had no clue what their names were. Some of them I bumped into probably years later, and I'm like, you're, and that's when
Right.
you're was good.
Right.
But it's important that we take the time and actually ask people their names, where you come from, what are you about,
Yeah, what's your story?
what's your story?
Mm.
Because everybody got a story.
Everyone does.
Even if it's on a train or just waiting at the bus stop and you have a conversation with somebody, that's a very New York experience, by the way.
Right.
And you just have a conversation with somebody that you think might be kind of crazy or not too cool, and you're like, yo, I'm better off now that I've had that communication and that conversation than I was before.
Yeah, it gives you a different insight.
Give you a different insight.
Mm.
Gives you a different insight. Do you believe in luck?
Luck? I don't want to sound cliche. Maybe a little bit, but
Yeah.
50-50 raffle or something like that, But in terms of things that you want to get done, no.
No.
I believe in God. I believe in a plan. And obviously I believe in commitment and work, because if you have a goal, and a lot of people, especially when you listen to a lot of these big influencers who are very successful, who started out from ground bottom, ground zero,
Yep.
right? There's one thing that's similar in common with all of them, and that's the commitment to the work. Being extremely dedicated to a goal that you personally believe in.
Yeah.
Obviously within reason, you know what I'm saying? Just understanding that these guys and these women are extremely committed to their goals, extremely committed to making it happen.
It's not happenstance.
That's not luck, man.
Yep.
That's I put the time in and I put the time and effort in to create a higher probability that I make this happen.
Definitely.
So now I would say that, touching on that, putting as much time doesn't guarantee that you'll get there, but it makes the chances go up higher. So, and that's what I believe. I don't really believe in luck in terms of getting the things done that you want to get done,
Shoot for the if you shoot for the stars and miss, you'll you'll land in the clouds.
Yeah, something like that.
In the sky, something like
shoot for
I'm butchering that. But
yeah, it's like shoot for the moon and then you hit the stars. That's
yeah,
what it is. I think
something
that's what
like
it is.
that.
Something like that. shoot high, pretty much.
Shoot high.
Shoot real high.
There you go. Coming down towards the end, can you let me know, and this is going to be a very self-reflective question. I don't even know if you have an answer for this as yet, but what have you learned about yourself in the NFL?
Shoot. Wow.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've learned that I can get down on myself.
Mm.
And I can get down on myself hard, But I have great friends, which is important to have a strong set of people around you that A, hold you accountable, and when you're too close to the edge, they'll pull you back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for my friends, and you know what I mean, and all of those people that helped me in that regard. But I would say, yes, I can get down on myself, but I feel like, through faith, through God, through my family, through my friends, I'm able to pick myself back up and make something better of the situation.
There you go.
I feel like I do have some tough skin,
Mm-hmm.
Being in that profession, well, being in literally any profession, you have to have a tough skin, because when things don't go your way, you got to figure it out.
Cry about it?
Can't.
I mean, you they're going to tell us that we're being toxic males. You could cry. Right, we could cry, but then it's what happens after the tears drop.
Exactly.
There you go.
Yes. No, seriously, no. You can,
yeah.
but I was telling my friend the other day, actually, last week. It's after exactly what you said. It's after that you can't continue to cry or pout or be mad about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At some point, it's like, all right, well, I have to figure out a solution.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? And even if we don't have the solution right then and there, it's how do we work towards that solution?
Definitely.
So there's a lot of things that I feel like I learned, through college ball, through the different people that I've met, different experiences, now having the opportunity to play professionally. Same kind of situation. And one thing I'm learning is that, you don't ever stop learning.
Yeah.
Like you're always learning something new. Something's always changing. Something's always evolving. And I find that I'm always in this constant state of trying to adapt and adjust and evolve. You understand what I'm saying? Like the core of who you are is still there.
Yeah.
But when something changes, it's like, all right, that changed. What do I need to do to affect, you know what I'm saying,
100%.
my position in that? You understand? In a good way, obviously, in a healthy way.
Hey, I mean, and how would you? Because this transcends sports, right? For anybody who's out there who's trying to make a pivot to the next level or trying to, they got their eye on the target, but the route to the target or the destination is not that clear. Once the glimpses of, all right, it's kind of happening. I got my degree. Okay, I got my internship. Or I got that scholarship. What can you say or tell somebody as far as some things to watch out for, things to be wary of?
Well, the biggest thing is, and this is a quote that I heard and it stuck with me, is you can never rely on yesterday's promises or blessings.
You gotta explain that.
So meaning like, just because you've done well already,
Yeah.
or just because you've taken a step, you can appreciate that step. But remember, when you move forward, it's about the next step. And even as you're taking that next step, you can't think about, but I did so well in this. That's done. You understand what I'm saying? It's the next thing. You know what I'm saying? So
there's a book that I was reading last summer. I forgot by who. I never remember authors' names, but the title was "What Got You Here Won't Get You There."
Exactly.
Yeah.
You understand? So in games, and a lot of athletes can attest to this, but like it's the quickest comparison I can make. What you did last game, the game before, may not be what you do the next game. And on and on and on. Like your plan always changes, you always change. And what you did the last game that worked, you can't rely on that. Like, I did this last
same
game.
thing, yeah.
Why can't I? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You have to come up with a new plan, a new strategy, a new mindset, new focus. You
Yep.
understand? So I feel like for anybody who's taking, those steps up the ladder, try not to focus too much on what you did good already,
Mm.
but also don't focus too much on what you did bad.
Yeah.
You know, focus on this moment and this moment now. You know what I'm saying? Like photography. You know what I'm saying? Like, would you say that whenever you take a picture and the picture comes out bad, you're not too frustrated about how bad the picture is? You
No,
know?
it's because it's always very obvious what was done wrong.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you take the same bad shot twice, and we're blessed to have screens on the back of cameras,
Right.
that's your fault.
Mm.
Not saying for us to be hard on ourselves, but
Right.
it's even me myself. I find myself not being accountable for the things that I do.
Right.
It's like exactly what you said. If I took a portrait of you right now, I can't use the same settings and the same methodology to take that shot outside.
Mm.
Something has to change.
Something has to change.
So it's actually a really good point. I don't know why I didn't think of that before you.
No, but it's just something I believe in. Like, with every good thing you do, with every bad thing you do, you take the lessons, you take what you learn,
Yep.
move on forward.
There you go.
Celebrate it for some time, move on after that. That's done.
That's it.
So,
That's it. Well, Foley, much success,
man, appreciate it.
much blessings. We'll keep an eye out for you. Every time you come on TV, it's like, oh, I tell my friends, I tell coworkers, I'm like, yo, number 94 in the Jets. At the school. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
man,
it's cool because we
appreciate
don't got, and it's sad, but we don't got a lot of heroes from where we come from.
Yo, I've met some people who are from Far Rockaway,
Mhm.
right? And all of them are doing well. Like, there's a lot of hardworking,
Yep.
I'll say youth,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, in Rockaway. I'm talking about lawyers,
Doctors,
doctors,
nurses, yeah.
entrepreneurs, like, and I'm seeing these people and I'm interacting with them. I'm just like, dude, like, I think it's important for all of us, at some point, everyone has busy lives, busy schedules, but at some point to show the youth that,
Yeah.
listen, you put your mind to it, you can be anything.
Yeah.
And what really like made me feel like, happy about it is that all of us are from the same root.
Yeah.
Rockaway.
It's interesting that you pointed that out as far as like being where you're at your stage in life now, and acknowledging that there's other elements of success happening. It's just we have to acknowledge it as success. It's like because what I was coming from when I said that statement that we don't really have a lot of heroes is that you think of Chinks, you think of Stack, you think of like
right, the rappers and
the
musicians and the athletes.
the things that we're I don't want to knock those professions,
Yeah,
but
but it's
those are
not
things that we're
bad.
conditioned
Yeah.
to believe is success.
Yeah, but yo, dude, yes, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one thing I always try to just, even in conversations, like when I'm having with people, I
Yeah.
always, especially with like younger kids, is I try to make them understand that there are way more opportunities than being a musician and an athlete.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, like, it's great to do that. I'm an athlete. I know musicians. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone has started at either like making music or, playing a sport. You know what I'm saying? But after that, you may have a completely different calling.
Exactly.
And that's all right.
Yeah.
And seeing these doctors, seeing these lawyers, seeing these nurses, these nutritionists, these fitness trainers.
Navy, military.
Dude, I'm talking about all of us from Rockaway, Far Rockaway.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm just like, there's a bunch of opportunities. You can go any which way you want. It depends on where you put your mind to. It depends on where your heart is calling you to.
That's it.
And I feel like it's important for our youth to know that.
We got to open the horizon.
I feel we do, and I want the kids to understand that because growing up, I thought, I believed in football, right? I believed that I was going to make it here, For some people, that may not be the case. You know what I mean? Like, your calling can be something completely different. You can desire the same passion that you have for playing a sport
Mhm.
for something else,
Yeah.
you know, and be extremely successful. I'll drop one of his names. His name is Calvin. You remember Calvin? Calvin
Yeah, yeah,
Stanley?
yeah.
This
With the channel
man
with us.
from Channel,
Yeah, yeah.
Calvin Stanley. Yo, this man is an entrepreneur. He has started a couple LLCs.
Mhm.
He's published a book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Mind you, we started playing ball the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the same time. Same thing with Henry out of Gunle.
Mhm.
And like, yo, the list goes on. The list just goes on. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? And all of those guys are doing something well. You understand? Even though you played basketball, like, you know, outside, but you know what I'm saying? But how everyone is doing something well. Everyone's doing something good. Everyone's doing something they're passionate about.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And making an impact with it.
Yep.
So when I met, you know, another group, and I know this is about like the third, fourth time I'm saying it, but that other group really like gave me a sense of inspiration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got goosebumps talking to them. Like I didn't say a word. I wanted to hear their stories.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and you know, once again, man, I think it's important for our youth to see them, to hear them. You know what I mean? You don't. There's not only two options. You don't have to be an athlete or a musician.
Yeah.
There's something else. There's more things. Go do them.
There you go. There's more things. Go do them. That's a great way to end. Yeah, man. And once again, I think it would be a disservice if we didn't shout out the amazing staff at Channel View School for Research.
Oh, come on, man. Channel View.
For the most part, a lot of that staff helped instill some of the things that we left home with as far as the culture that we left our houses with.
Right.
And if we didn't have somebody at home, I've seen that staff there literally pick up the pieces and be there.
Just be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You know, weren't perfect, but
No. Yeah,
they were there.
definitely.
They showed they cared.
definitely. All right, but Foley, thanks again for coming out.
Nah, dude, man, it's been a
Appreciate
pleasure.
it.
It's been an honor, man.
Yeah.
This is great, man.
Oh,
This is
thanks.
great.